Hello, IK here. Welcome to order items. Uh, Order items table, a relationship with order, one order, many items, one to many. One article in many items, many items, but it is we counted it like quantity, in quantity. One to many, and one go as a foreign key in many. Here is the order ID foreign key and article ID foreign key. We have soft deleted order ID. We have soft deleted article ID. But if we, in any reason, must have to make a hard delete order ID or article ID, we have this SQL statement. It will be deleted. Items would be deleted. Orders would be deleted. When we deleted the orders, we deleted all items in that orders. Also, if we deleted article, we deleted all articles in this items item in this order items table. Okay, it means it is primary key, unique value for every row, every record, every order items. Order ID here is a foreign key, article ID foreign key, a quantity, here is quantity, price, and here is declaration for primary key is order item ID. And this to constrain foreign key order items order items and the foreign key order items article. If order would be deleted, order ID order ID on delete cascade. If deleted order, we deleted cascade all items in that order. Okay, it is stable. Here is a front end React. Add order items, order ID 1, article ID 58, quantity 30, price 40, add order. Here is a list. Update. Update only quantity and price, not ID, order and ID, as you want. But here it is, quantity and price. 60, 80, save change, and look at 60, 80. It is updated. Delete, delete. This form, there is a cancel. For orders, I think when I add form, I don't see cancel, and I think there is no cancel, but cancel is here. It is not, it is instead here in this button changes cancel and same button play role like toggle switch. Okay, order items. But it is not popular because you see, I coded, artificial coded, I prompt artificial, that I want to see form, and here it is form two fields, and that form adapted on the screen that I see all fields. And you see, I see field, but I see button here, and user ID one, it is order amount, add order, I have button add order, but when I want to cancel, I ask, oh, where is cancel? I look at, but I don't remember that I must go up and see cancel. Cancel must be here, add order or cancel. This cancel, and it is not good position and good idea to create a toggle switch, but button separate button for add orders and separate for cancel. Separate for cancel. Because of that, I think, look at when I think that this moment when I look at like this, when it look at like this, I thinking there is no cancel. Okay, it must be, we must write somewhere what we want to correct. And it is to-do list, some to-do list about what correct. Order items, here it is. Okay, now we can go to see code. To see code, this is order items table. Features, order items is here. Order items. I created the folder order items, you see, and in that order items, add order item form, and I prompt ChatGPT code add order item form. This is as it is like in orders, like, and copy this add order form. Same for order item list, update order item, and order items slice. And after that said code CSS for every of component. And in some minutes it is all finished. But I gave like, and it is important that concretely here, you know CRUD, create, read, update, create, read, update, delete for every table. And it is a fundamental building block, CRUD, for React Redux application. And with that block, when you know your block, what you created by solid principle, solid, it is acronym for 5 principle in programming, where it here in React to me is most important is and enough was separation by concern. Every component, one task. And look at component add order item for component for add. It is created in CRUD acronym. Order list, it is reading. Order item list, it is for read, for to see on the screen. And this list is very, very excellent. I created with 2 components. in same file. One is order item excerpt. It is order item. It is singular, one order item. And the second is list, order item list. Here it is, order item list. And this order item list use order item excerpt in looping, in loop, concretely in a map, to to show, to present, to display on the screen in user interface order item list, order items list. And if I don't give example, don't give copy of this list where I use two components in same physical file, ChatGPT creates two components separately, physical, in two physical file, and etc. We all now experiment work with ChatGPT, and we finding how to communicate, how to prompt artificial ChatGPT, and sometimes we have completely disconnected in our communication. ChatGPT nothing understand and always repeat something what I don't ask, and but I don't find other, because in the end we find solution. Lot of artificial intelligence, special for programming, is around us with big reclam. The best. But I don't read about that, because ChatGPT for me is now is absolutely correct and without paying, version without paying, because we have times to for experience, for every experience, and time, we need time how to prompt artificial. And I said you, I very satisfied that this big complicated e-commerce application, React Redux, it goes excellent. It coded, complete coded by, until now, by ChatGPT, because of that my prompt to I ask for CRUD, but component by component, and not immediately all CRUD, but component for component. Every table there is a CRUD there is add, new, create a list. In that list there is excerpt, update, and it is all. Add a new record, list, update, and slice is in every of them there is a slice, because it is reducer, because I all what I program in React reducer, React Redux. I use Redux. I'm very satisfied. I think that our archaeology with Redux is excellent. There is other programs what does that job of management of managers of state, but Redux is the best, because for me, because produce it second team in Meta, and there is three teams in Meta for Redux, for React, and for Router. And it is the different team, because every of that team want place, want to create the best in in that part of task. React for user interface, Redux for state manager, and router for routing component, because they every of them want place like separate program for other programs that developers in other programs find and use, for example, Redux or React or router in that environment. Because on the market, it is not one program, React Redux router, because market is break in a lot of part, and it is destruction of program, and Redux can be they want placement in of own program, placement in others domain of other programs that use it, because it is absolutely separate job. React user interface, front end. Redux state manager, global state manager in that application, concretely application. And router is create route from that route from a component. Okay, here it is folder, and all component here, CSS, and we see all that work, and it is same process like for all others table. Import use state hook, use dispatch, add the order item. It is tank from order item slice. From order item slice, and okay, here is a declaration of add order item form equal arrow function, and in body of arrow function we declare the structured assignment. We use what we need. Here we need order ID, set order ID, and assign use state. Use state is a local manager of state. Local manager of state, and here is an example how local state, use state cooperate with Redux global by dispatch, by use dispatch hook. Use dispatch, destructure it, we will have a dispatch function, and that dispatch function is method of store, and action dispatch action what we type in form, it would be dispatch to reducer, to Redux, and it is connection between, you see, user state, and we have order ID, set order ID, article ID, set article ID. It is all fields in our table, and user state help us to convert in abstraction, and user state okay, convert in abstraction, and that abstraction dispatch give dispatch will function dispatch will dispatch that action. Our action is every typing in input. In every input, it would be dispatched to Redux reducer Okay, it is all field what we see in the table. Here it is dispatch function, and it is destructured from this function use dispatch. Okay, it is conditions, logical conditions, what we want that to be previous, that we condition what we want condition to possible execute this function on save order item click, possible handler, event handler. When we on click, event on click on button would be called this event handler, but condition would be can save. Here is a can save would be condition that and condition here is does all input there is value. If we don't want some field, if we want all fields, all input must have value. We put it in condition in object can save. If it is okay, we have await asynchron await arrow function. Asynchron await permit us to write like it is traditional programming. Await dispatch, but this also means that that asynchron process, this word async, await, that we await result. And if there is no result, if there is a failure or some error in transmission, await means stop here, stop here. And we will see filling our form, nothing happened, stop like freezing and waiting, resolution, solving, waiting that problem would be solved. Always we will see error, what is it? But if all is okay, it means that if dispatch action, it means all inside this parameter is about action. And it is tank, it is function add order item in parameter of dispatch. And add order item, there is a parameter all fields what from all value from input in form, and order item tank will produce action. First action type would be pending, second fulfilled or rejected. And if fulfilled, it means all is okay, and we will see in a list new order items, new order item, if all is okay. In a list, it is below a form, but in form would be all fields emptied after it. And now we can go to tank function order item. But before that, look at in return. Return is form with the form input is HTML element. And the HTML element, there is concretely input, there is ID, type, and value. Value, it is input is not object, and ID, type, value on change is not properties like in React element. ID value is order ID, and here is on change. It is our typing in typing equal arrow function where event is our typing, but function set order ID, in that value, set order ID. Okay, it is, we feel all complete. I always think that customer must be, but it is in the future. From public, we now in admin, and we type order ID. Okay, we type order ID, and that would be order ID, what we type. Who changes it? Order ID changes set order ID. Use state, manager, local manager, don't change after every input, after every on change. But React is created that create a batch all together in one, all together on change, take in batch and re-render it one times for all this input, re-render it new value. And that new value would be dispatched to tank. Here is article ID on change, quantity on change, price, and it's all button. You see on click calling handler function handler add order item. In slice order here it is order item, add order item, call create. It means that add order item is called, but add or is tank. But add order item call other function. You see, from add form, we call dispatch call add order item, but add order item call this function, created asynchron tank function. And that function create 3 times dispatch, possible 3 action. First is pending type action, fulfilled and rejected. And the pending is obvious because it is waiting time that asynchron process finished, pending. But after pending, we have fulfilled or rejected. If some error, we have rejected type of action. If fulfilled type of action would be succeeded, it would be when all is okay. And tank function here, order. Look at a tank, there is API URL. Here is API URL, constant API URL. And every tank now is tank add. Here is order items. It is endpoint address. Order items, it is, we call backend. We call backend, Express application backend. And it is here. Await, get that URL. It is fetch, but add order item. Await Axios request post address and what we post, new order item. It is all what we write in like parameter in add order item tank in add order item form. It is new order item. And now we can go to backend. Backend. Here it is. And items is last one. Get all order items. It is get. We need post. Request post. See, it is connection, but request, we have a request and a response. Response always have, it is object what we do, what backend send back to user interface, to React, to tank. But request, here it is. Request body is, look at order ID, article ID, quantity, quantity, price, add. And it is in request body. It is the structured statement, the structured assignment. When we declare four members of four properties of object, here is a curly bracket, and we can use every of that properties after that. Nothing separate coding, order ID, anything of these properties. After this the structured assignment, we can use separate. Look at, we use separate order ID, article ID. Here is insert into. Order items is a name of a table. Capital letters is a keyword from SQL language. Order items is not keyword from SQL language, but it is name of table. And all this would be add to table with value question mark. It is first package, first envelope, and second envelope is a value of every of question mark. It is because of against injection bad code in our query. Control of here is a status. If response status all is excellent, and you see from result, it is result is object what database, MySQL database send to backend. And here it is insert ID. Every insert, only database can give ID to that insert. And only database know ID and send that ID in object result to backend, Express. Express send it back to frontend, tank function, and tank function send it to reducer, to Redux. But not only ID, send all this. And it is like array coming in a reducer. It is payload, ID, order ID, article ID, quantity ID, and backend return back only ID. But front-end tank function, no for all others. Here is all is okay, but we are in Express. Now I see that we send all these but we don't need it. And this is I first time look at in this code, and we don't need send all this because front end send it to backend, and it is not, we don't need send it back. And I will control after this. About that I spoke in others video. Uh, for example, it is, I can see for article, for example, or all department, it is simplest. Department, users, um, users, departments, add department form, add department form, on save department clicked. You see how it is the same names of function. It is all important for maintenance and for understanding our code, our own code after long time, or other people can understand, not not invent names if we don't need, but we have names what we always give. Uh, add a new department. We send the name and description. Now let's get see it in. We send it tank. It is front end also. Tank. No, department add department slice. It is add new department, and add new department, new department. We send name and description here in this address, department. Okay, let's get see there in backend. Backend, here is backend department. Department department, here it is departments. Just look at it is address here. Request, because it is get, it is we add the departments. Request, we send the name and description. Response is object response. If all is okay, response status. Also we response name and description, but we don't need a response name and description. We need it send to database. Database return as in results, return as inserted ID, but name and description we don't need. It means that I must look at it is a department. I can see category. It is users, departments. Okay, look at article. Immediately I go to slice. Okay, immediately I go to slice only for address to see address. Add new article. It is form data because we have image. Here is articles, okay. Articles from data, post articles, and let's get C in articles. Category articles, last one. Get all for articles. Here it is articles. Articles ID. Post, I find for post. We have a lot of in articles. Post, here it is. Articles. Response. I'm interested in response. What we have in response? Return response. Response 200. Response. ID. Article ID. And I only response name. It is because of some control, but I don't need it also. And I response only name. And I remember that I talk about that, why name. It is only some control to in front end arrive the name and but all is okay, arrive the ID and all others we have all others in request side, don't need send it back. Okay, it is something what I must control in other table, in other table. Now I go back to down. It is order items. Insert into order items, and if all is okay, this status and send all back what I must remove. And okay, it is add new items, order items. Get order items, it is our list to see every order items. And it is read in CRUD, read, get request. We want all order items, and we nothing send, and request request body would be body request would be empty object, but response is never empty. Always would be something in here. Would be payload would be the biggest one. Payload would be array of all in JSON formats and array in all with all members of array. Or order items, with all order items. Here is look at, we send in JSON format complete results coming, the object results is response, is in response. Status 200 means all is okay, and in JSON format coming array results. It means all order items, what is in table order items. It is get, post, we see post, it is insert into, put, it is update, we request params, we take ID, and all others, quantity and price here, we in request body. We don't need ID article and ID order, we don't need it updated. If we want it, we must write it here in this structured assignment, article ID and order ID, but we only updated quantity and price, for example. But we will see in public when now after this I go to code in public part of e-commerce, public part, and the customer user will feel orders and orders items. And of course, before push orders, a customer will change basket, content of basket. Here it is put. If error, if not error, result, it is error, success, result, status, message, order item updated successfully, and we will see that on the list. Delete, and it's all. All this code would be on the address of that in Git repository would be below of this video in description. You can see that code directly without download, without clone, directly on website. But if you want have application on your computer, you need the best is the simplest way is clone application and install database, SQL database in here it is examp MySQL. You download examp, install in your computer, and in PHP myadmin create database, copy code, and that code would create database in all table. And start server MySQL in examp control. You start MySQL server and start Apache server and start server here in Express server here it is, and start application. You need 4 start Apache MySQL, Express application, it is backend, and frontend React application here in admin. And altogether it is now we work in admin part, admin application. And now when I finished with the order items, I'm going to public site also 4 times 4 servers: Apache, MySQL, Express, and React application. I separated that 2 application that we conscious of a real project that is really 2 application, and in deployment, how we and when we deploy that both application, it must not be same server, etc. But now, in this process, during my working, I have database is equal, same database, but backend, I separated backend. I separated backend, and every application, admin and public, there is a separate Express, separate Express. Okay, and we will see on the end how we deploy it, and how we must we by our backend we look at in same database, but every backend there is no all. Some backend there is a query, what other backend there is a no. But some of the query is repeating, but front end and back end, Express and front end together look at in same database, and every of them can be anywhere in the world, not on the same server. Don't need be on the same server. But about that, when we deploy our application, when we're thinking about deployment and possibility. Okay, for this video, it's all like this. If you know somebody that need video like that, explanation like that, say about that, subscribe, like, say other about our community growing and growing our possibility to knowledge with growing community. Thank you for watching this video.